welcome back to Math&Me with me, Nikila Shankar. Now we are going to learn permutations and combinations, okay? So first, direct I'll solve example 1. You'll see what is happening, okay? So example 1. Find the number of 4-letter words with or without meaning, which can be formed out of the letters of the word rose, where the repetition of letters is not allowed, okay? So what is the word that you have? Rose. So rose how many letters do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 letter irukku. Okay. So idilende enna letter words can you form? They are asking for 4 letter word. Abdina enna artham 4 place irukku. Let me name them as A, B, C and D. Okay. Ipo first place la I can have R, O, S, E. In the 4 option la edhu vena varalam. Okay. Ipo for example, first place la na R use panniten vechukonga. Second place la enna varalam? I can have O, S-E if I had already used R in the first place. Okay. For example, if I had used O here. Okay. So R, O pochu. What is left? S and E. So S and E are left. For example, for the fourth place, if for example E is taken. So what am I left with? Yes. So basically, for the first place, without repetition சொல்றாங்க. அப்ப R இங்க வந்துருச்சுனா, you cannot have R again here. You can have R only once. So for the first place, how many options do you have? You have 4 options for A place. For B, how many options do you have? 1, 2, 3. So you have 3 options. For C, how many options did you have? 2. For D place, how many options did you have? Only 1. Why do you have such a case? When repetition of letters is not allowed, if you had used one letter once, you cannot use it again. Okay, so that is given. Then you need a 4-letter word. So for example, the first place R is taken, so R cannot come here. Appo or option kammi aiduma. Indha edathila indha R vandiruchuna, you're left with only 3 options for the second place. Only 2 options for the third place if one of them is taken. Only 1 option for the fourth place. So what are your possibilities? For the first place 4, second place 3, third place 2 options, and for the fourth place you only have 1 option because only 1 letter is left. Ipo or 4-letter word ku I want the first letter and the second letter and the third letter and the fourth letter. And na enna artham? And means multiplication. Or means addition. Okay? Always remember this. Permutation combination la and means multiplication. Or means addition. Eppadi nama sets la paathom? You have and na intersection. Or na you have union. Correct? So for and in permutation combination you have multiplication, and for or it is addition. Okay, so in that I want the first and the second and the third and the fourth. So basically 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, so I have so many different possibilities. 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. Okay, இப்போ இத வந்து நம்ம நார்மலா ஒரு trial and error la solve பண்றோம்னா how can you have? So for example, I am having the word cap. I have the word cap. So in how many ways can they be put? 1, 2, 3. 3 places. So I can have C, A, P here, or P, C. For example, A is taken, now I'll have P, C. And for example, if P is taken, I'll have C left here. So how many options do I have? 3 into, here 3, 2 and 1. So I'll have 3 into 2 into 1, which means 6 options. Enna options? Let's see. So first I can have a C, then I can have a P, and then I can have a A. This is first option. Second option, I can have a C, A, P. This is my second option. Then I can have a P in my first place and then have A and C in the next place. Again, I can have P, C, A. Idhe mari when I have A in the first place. So I can have A, P, C and A, C, P. So totally how many options do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can have 6 options for this particular example. Okay, so adhe mari in the particular example I can have 24 different possibilities. I cannot write all the 24, correct? So it can be ROSE, ESOR, SOER. So in the mari I can have 24 different options for the first question. Okay? Do you understand what we did? Into na and. Okay? And first place la 4 options, 3 options, 2 and 1. So and endradhunala multiplication. So I have 24 different possibilities in which this can be arranged with or without meaning. That is also given in the question. And this is without repetition. Okay? The question la kudukala, but what will you do if it is with repetition? So for example, you have 4 different places. So first place la I can have ROSE. So I have 4 options. Second place la I can again have ROSE. So for example, if R is taken here, I can again have R here because it is with repetition. Correct? So with repetition, I can again have 4 options. Again, if I have R, O, S, E, if for example O is taken, I can again have O here. So 4 options. Again, I'll have 4 options. If O is taken here, I can again have a O. Correct? So 4. So what is this? I need 4 places in the first place and second place and third and fourth. So I'll have 4 into 4 into 4 into 4, which means 4 to the power 4 options. Okay, so this is without repetition and this is with repetition. So it can be R, 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 R. It can be O, 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 O. It can be O, O, S, E. Okay, so it can be anything. It can be with repetition. So which means I'll have 4 to the power 4 options, which is 16 into 16, 256 options. Okay. This is not given in the question, but just for you to understand with and without repetition, I'm explaining this to you. Okay. Example 2. Given 4 flags of different colors. So I have F1, F2, F3 and F4. So I have 4 flags of different colors. How many different signals can be generated if the signal requires the use of 2 flags, one below the other? So one below the other na first flag inge irko, second flag inge irko. So I have 2 places and I have 4 flags. They say that how many different signals can be generated if the signal requires use of 2 flags? Abdina nartham 2 different flags. Correct? I cannot repeat the flag. First flag use panniyachina, second flag use panna mudiyadhu. So when I have 2 different places, how many options do I have? For the first place, I can use flag 1, flag 2, flag 3, flag 4, which means I'll have 4 options. For the second place, for example, if flag 2 is taken, I can have flag 1, flag 3 and flag 4. So I have 3 options. So in the flag build pandradhukku, I need both the flags. 4 options times 3 options. So how many options do you have? 4 3s are 12 possible options. Okay, you understand? I need 2 flags, one below the other, to produce a signal. Okay, so on the signal 2 different flags na. Out of the 4 flags, I have 4 options. I can pick one of the 4 options. So first place 4 option. Second place already 1 flag poche. So I have only one more flag that is left if 1 flag is gone. Okay, so I have 3 options. So what is in total? I can have 4 times 3, 12 options. Okay. Example 3. How many 2-digit even numbers can be formed from the digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in total, I have 5 options. Okay. Or I'll write 5 elements. Okay. For you not to get confused. I'll write how many elements do I have? I have 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be alphabets, it can be numbers, it can be anything. In this case, we have numbers. So 5 elements. I want to form a 2-digit number and I want the number to be even. So even ones place, this is my ones place, this is my tens place. So ones place I can only have 2 or 4. So how many options do I have? I only have 2 options. Similarly, for the tens place, how many options do I have? I have 5 options. They have not said anything about the repetition. They said if the digits can be repeated. So if the digits can be repeated, in the 2, 4 use achina. For example, if I am using the number 4 here, okay? So I can use the 4 again here. I can get the number 44. Correct? That is also an even number. So ones place I only have 2 options. But for tens place I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options. Correct? So I want both the tens place and the ones place. So it will be 5 times 2, which means I'll have 10 options. Okay? So what are the possibilities? If a ones place 4 varla, tens place it can be a 3. Ones place 4 varla, tens place it can be a 4. Ones place 2 varla and tens place it can be a 2. So these are the different options that you can have. Okay. First ones place ku rende option da 2 and 4. For the tens place I have 5 options. Okay. Example 4. Find the number of different signals that can be generated by arranging at least 2 flags in order one below the other on a vertical staff if 5 different flags are available. So similarly I have flag 1, flag 2, flag 3, flag 4 and flag 5. So how many elements irukku? I have 5 elements. So the signal can be generated by arranging at least 2 flags. Abdina nartham minimum 2 flags one below the other or I can have 3 flags, or I can have 4 flags, or I can have 5 flags. Correct? These are my different options. At least 2 na anartham. I can have 2 flags, 3 flags, 4 flags, or at most 5 flags, because we only have 5 flags in total. Correct? So first 2 flags, how many options do I have? It cannot be repeated because I have to place 2 different flags. Okay, so first I have 5 flags, so I can choose one of those from the 5 options that I have. Then for the second flag I have 4 options left because one is already used, so 5 times 4. Adhe mari 3 I have 5 options for the first flag, 4 options for the second flag. So ipo rendu pochuna I only have 3 options for the third flag. So similarly, for at least 4 flags, for 4 flags, I can have 5 options for the first flag, 4 for the second flag. So if 2 is gone, I have 3 remaining. So 3 options for the third flag and 3 pochu. So I have 2 remaining. So 2 options for the last flag. Again, for 5 flags, I have 5 options, 4, 3 options, 2 and 1. So basically for 2 flags now, I want both the first and the second flag. So this will be 5 4s are 20. For this, 5 times 4 times 3. It is a product because I need all the 3 flags. First flag and the second flag and the third flag. So I have 5 times 4 times 3. 5 4s are 20. 20 times 3 is 60. Then this 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. 5 2s are 10. 4 3s are 12. So I have 120 options. And for this, again 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So I have 120 options. Okay. So if at least 2 na, I can use 2 flags or 3 flags or 4 flags or 5 flags. So in total, how many options do I have? It can be 20 options or 60 options or addition, or 120 options or the last 120 options. I can have 2 flags. This is for 2 flags. This is for 3 flags, 4 flags and 5 flags. Correct? So in total, how much do I have? 240 plus 60, 300, 320. So I have 320 options in total. Okay. Exercise 7.1. First question. How many 3-digit numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5? So enala irukku 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I have 5 elements in total. Okay. So 5 element irukku. Assuming that the repetition of digits is allowed. Okay. So first one with repetition. So I want a 3-digit number. So 3 places irukku. 1's place, 10's place and 100's place. So repetition allowed na, for the first case I can use all the 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I have 5 options. Again, if 1 inga use aichna, I can again use the 1 here even if it's used here. Correct? So I have 5 options for the 10's place. And again I have 5 options for the 100's place. So basically, 3 venu enakku. For the 3-digit number, I want the 1's place and the 10's place and the 100's place. So it will be the product of them. Okay? So it will be 5 cube, which will be 5 into 5 into 5, 125. This is with repetition. Without repetition, na eppadi irukum? Second subsection. Without repetition, I have a 3-digit number, 1's place, 10's place, 100's place. So if 1's place la 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I have 5 options. Without repetition, the number that is used here cannot be used here. So how many options will I have? 4 options. Then if I have 4 options here, how many numbers are left? For example, if 1 and 2 are taken, I am left with 3, 4 and 5. So I'll have 3 options. So I need the 100s, 10s and the 1's place. So it will be 3 times 4 times 5. So this will be 12 times 5, which is 60. So I have 60 options in total. Okay. So this is with repetition. This is without repetition. With repetition, I can reuse the number. If 1 is used here, I can use it here and here. So in the number can be 111. But in the number can only be 321 or 421, 425. These are the options. The number cannot be repeated. Here it can be 112, 2, 2, 3. Okay, the numbers can be repeated. Okay, that is the difference. Question number 2. How many 3-digit even numbers can be formed from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 3-digit even number, so the digit can be repeated. So 3 digit they have given with repetition. Okay, WR na with repetition. So 3-digit number, I want the number to be even. So how many options do I have? 2, 4, 6. These are the numbers that I can use in my ones place. Ones, tens and hundreds. So ones place la I have 3 options. They say with repetition. So which means for the tens place I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options. And for the hundreds place I can have 6 options. So for the 3-digit number I need ones and tens and hundreds. So it will be the product of these 3. So I'll have 6 times 3, which will be 36 times 3. 6 3s are 18, 3 3s are 9, 108. So I have 108 options. Okay. Question number 3. How many 4-letter code can be formed using the first 10 letters of English alphabet? So English alphabet ennala irukku? First 10 letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So A to J, I have 10 elements. So I need a 4-letter code. Abdina 1, 2, 3, 4. Where no letter can be repeated. So for the first place, I have 10 options. I can use any letter between A to J. For the second letter, I have only 9 options because this is without repetition. Okay? Without repetition. With repetition, WR. Without repetition, I'll write it down. Okay? 10, 9. For the third place, I can have 8 options because 2 letters are already gone. Then for the fourth place, I have 7 options. Correct? Or option in total, I have 10 letters. So basically, 10 letters irukku. For the first place, I use 1 letter. So I only have 9 options for the second place. For the second place, if I use 1 letter, I have only 8 options for the third place. So inge or letter use panniyachuna, I'll have only 7 options for the fourth place. So I need all the 4 letters for the 4-letter word. So this will be a product. And okay, so it will be 10 into 9 into 8 into 7, which will be 90 times 56, which will be 9 6 are 54, 9 5 are 45, 50. I'll have 504. Don't miss the 0. 5040 options. So it's an options irukku, okay, to use the 10 letters and form a 4-letter word. Okay. Question number 4. How many 5-digit telephone number can be constructed using the digits 0 to 9? So how many numbers do you have? 10 numbers, not 9 numbers. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 10 elements in total. Okay, don't make mistakes. So every usually 9 minus 0 plus 1. That is how you count. Okay, so for example 0 to 97 abdina, don't sit and count. So what will you do? 97 minus 0 plus 1. So I'll have 98 elements. Similarly 2 to 98 which konga. So how many elements will you have? 98 minus 2 plus 1. Basically the end number minus the beginning number plus 1. Okay. So how many will I have? 96 plus 1. So I'll have 97 elements in total. Okay. So this is how you find how many number of elements you have. Okay. So you have 10 elements. I need a 5-digit phone number. So phone number is 5-digit. I have 5 digits. And the number starts with 6, 7. So basically the first number starts with the digits 6 and 7. And no digit appears more than once. So now I need to fill my other 3 digits. So in total I have 10 elements. Adila one element inga use panniyachu. I have used the other element here. So how many options will I have? Out of 10, I have lost 2. So I only have 8 options for my... Okay, don't get confused between the number and the options. Okay. So I have, if I have A, B, C. Okay. So A, I have 8 options. For B, I'll have... So 10 length 1 poche, I have 9 options. So here I need only 7. So I have only 1 option. So 2 numbers are already gone. Now here I have 8 options for A. So the other number is already gone. So I have 7 options for B and 6 options for C. You understand why? So I have 10 numbers. First place is 6 da veno. So 1 option is gone. Second place is 7 da veno. So the other option is gone. But I only have 1 choice. Okay. For the third place, I have 8 numbers left. So 8 left. I'll use 1 for A. So 1 poche. So I have 7 options for the B. Then 1 is gone. I have 6 options for the C place. Okay. So I need all the 5 numbers for the telephone. So how many options do I have? 1 into 1 times 8 into 7 into 6. So I have 56 times 6, which will be 6 6 are 36. 30, 33. So 336 options. Okay. Question number 5. A coin is tossed 3 times and the outcomes are recorded. How many possible outcomes are there? So I put 3 times a coin is tossed. First time there is a possibility that you get a head or a tail. So you have 2 options. Second possibility, again you have the possibility that you get a head or a tail. So you have 2 choices. For the third, again head or tail. So you have 2 choices. So basically the coin is tossed 3 times. How many outcomes do you have in total na? First outcome and the second outcome and the third outcome. Number 3 outcome paakrom. So it will be the product. So it will be 2 cube, which is 8 options. Okay. Sixth question. It is a kutti version of the example question. Given 5 flags of different colors, how many different signals can be generated? Each requires the use of 2 flags, one below the other. So I have 5 flags, F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. Okay. So I need 2 flags, one below the other. 2 different flags. So first flag I have 5 options. For the next flag I only have 4 options. So in total I have 4 times 5, which will be 20 options. Okay. So we are done with exercise 7.1. See you in examples and exercise 7.2. Now we are going to learn what a factorial is. Factorial na enna? Factorial is represented by a number and an exclamation mark. So this you call it as 2 factorial. If you it will be 3 factorial. This is 0 factorial. Okay. So we are going to see what the values of these are. So ipo 0 factorial is 1 by default. Always remember that. You have 1 factorial, which is 1. If you remember. What is 2 factorial? It is 2 times 1. So basically what are you doing? You have a number. You write the number and multiply by the number minus 1. But 3 factorial na enna? You write the number. You multiply by the number minus 1 times in the number minus 1. So basically enna irukra number lende or number reduce pannite varavendida till 1. Okay. So this is your factorial notation. So you have 5 factorial, which will be 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, 1. You have 16 factorial, which will be 16 times, 15 times, 14 times, 13 times, 12 and so on times 3 times, 2 times, 1. Okay, so this will be your 16 factorial. So basically n factorial na enna? Any number, you start with the number itself, n factorial times n minus 1 the whole factorial, which will be 15 for example. So n minus 1 the whole factorial times n minus 2 the whole factorial times n minus 3 the whole factorial and so on. Okay, until you will have n minus n the whole factorial, which is 0 factorial 1. Okay, so this is your n factorial. So this is the factorial representation. We will solve example 5. Example 5, first subsection, 5 factorial. What is 5 factorial? 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, 1. So it will be 20 times 6, which is 120. Okay, basically the multiplication of the number starting with n, 1 variko multiply pannite povendida. You have to go on decreasing the number. Second subsection, 7 factorial. 7 factorial enna? 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 7 6 are 42 times 5 4 3 2 kenna paathom? We just saw it is 120. So 42 times 120, 5040. Okay. Third subsection, 7 factorial minus 5 factorial. Idu eppadi pannalam? You can simply subtract. So 5040 minus 120, which will be 4920. Okay. You just have to simply subtract the values. Example 6. First subsection, compute 7 factorial divided by 5 factorial. Enna pannalam? 7 times, 7 factorial is 7 times, 6 times, 5 times, 4 times, 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 5 factorial enna? 5 times, 4 times, 3 into 2 into 1. So what do you see? Basically, this is 5 factorial and this is also 5 factorial. Correct? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this particular term is 5 factorial and the denominator is also 5 factorial. So instead of writing everything, what can you do? 7 times 6 times 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial. You can simply cancel the 5 factorial times 5 factorial. So basically ஒரு number கொடுத்திருக்குனா அதை cancel பண்ற அளவுக்கு multiply பண்ணிட்டே வந்து factorial ஆவே விட்டுறணும். You have to leave it as a factorial until you get to see a number which will get cancelled. So what will be a final answer? 7 times 6, which is 42. Okay, let's see another subsection. You'll understand. So 12 factorial divided by 10 factorial times 2 factorial. Okay, so 12 factorial can be written as 12 times 11 times 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So which will be 10 factorial. So 12 into 11 into 10 factorial. Why did I stop with 10 factorial? Because I have a 10 factorial in my denominator. So I have 10 factorial times 2 factorial, multiplication. So 10 factorial and 10 factorial will get cancelled. What is 2 factorial? 2 times 1. Okay, so it will be 12 into 11 divided by 2 into 1. That is my 2 factorial. Now idu cancel aguma? 2, 6. So what am I left with? 6 times 11, which is 66. Okay. Example 7. Evaluate n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial, where n oda value is 5 and r is 2. You simply have to substitute the values. So I have 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial times n minus r the whole factorial. So what will I have? 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 5 minus 2 and 3. So 3 factorial. So I can write this as 5 times 4 times 3 factorial because I have a 3 factorial in the denominator. 2 factorial is 2 into 1 times 3 factorial. So 3 and 3 will get cancelled. 2, 2s are 4. So I have 5 times 2, which is 10. Okay. Example 8. If 1 by 8 factorial plus 1 by 9 factorial equals x by 10 factorial, then find x. X oda value enna kekranga. Okay, so what will you do? I have 1 by 8 factorial plus 1 by 9 factorial can also be written as 9 times 8 factorial equals x divided by 10 factorial. Eppadi eduthalam? 10 into 9 into 8 factorial. Why am I doing this? I can take the 8 factorial from my denominator, which is common in all the 3 terms. Correct? So first term, if I take 8 factorial common, so I'll have 1 plus 1 divided by 9 in my LHS. RHS la 1 by 8 factorial veliyila edutha I'll be left with x divided by 9 times 10. Clear? 1 by 8 factorial veliyila edukren. So I'll be left with 1 plus 1 by 9. In the 8 factorial veliyila edutha I'll have times x divided by 9 into 10. I'm going to cancel the 1 by 8 factorial and the 1 by 8 factorial. In that I'm going to take an LCM. So I have 9 is the LCM, 9 plus 1, which is 10 divided by 9 equals x divided by 9 into 10. So the 9 in the denominator and the 9 in the denominator can get cancelled. So I'll have x equals 10 multiply panna 10 times 10, which is 100. So that is the value of x. Okay. Exercise 7.2. It is a very easy exercise. I'll solve all the questions quickly. So first 8 factorial. So what is your 8 factorial? 8 times 7 into 6 into 5. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So what will be? 8 7s are 56 times 30 times 12 2s are 24. So it will be 40320. Okay. Second subsection, 4 factorial minus 3 factorial. So, 4 factorial can be written as 4 times 3 factorial. This is one single term minus 3 factorial. So, 3 factorial common what will be left? In my first term, I will be left with the number 4 minus second term, I will be left with 1. So, I will have 3 factorial times 3. You understand? 3 factorial I will have 4 in the first term minus 1 in the second term. So 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 factorial enna? 3 times 2 times 1 times I have a 3. So I have 3 2s are 6, 6 3s are 18. Okay. third subsection is 3 factorial plus 4 factorial 7 factorial kekranga. Okay, this is not true. Never do this. We'll prove it. Okay, what is 3 factorial? 3 into 2 into 1, which is 6. 4 factorial, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 3 factorial times 4. So it will be 6 4s are 24. What is 7 factorial? 7 into 6 into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what will it be? This is 24 times 6 5s are 30. 30 into 7, 210. 5, 0, 4, 0. So you see that 3 factorial plus 4 factorial in 24 plus 6, which is 30, is not equal to 5040. So you have 3 factorial plus 4 factorial is not equal to 7 factorial. You cannot take the factorial common and add them. Okay. Question number 3. Compute 8 factorial divided by 6 factorial times 2 factorial. So 8 factorial எப்படி எழுதலாம்? 8 into 7 into 6 factorial divided by 6 factorial times 2 factorial. I stopped with the 6 factorial because I have a 6 factorial in the denominator. So this and this will get cancelled. What am I left with? 2 factorial and 2 into 1. So I'll have 2 into 1 in the denominator. 2 4s are. So 7 4s are 28. Okay. Fourth question. If 1 by 6 factorial plus 1 by 7 factorial equals x by 8 factorial, find x. This is very similar to the example question. So what do? 1 by 6 factorial plus 1 by 7 factorial can be written as 7 times 6 factorial equals x divided by 8 factorial as 7 into 6 into 7, 8 into 7 into 6 factorial. So I have 6 factorial which is common in the denominator. So I can take it outside. So 1 by 6 factorial, first term la 1 plus 1 by 7 equals, in the bakam 1 by 6 factorial value I have x times x divided by 8 into 7. So 1 by 6 factorial and 1 by 6 factorial will get cancelled. In that LCM 7 plus 1 8. So 8 divided by 7 equals x times x divided by 8 into 7. So 7 and the 7 is common. So I have x equals 64. Okay. Question number 5. Evaluate n factorial divided by n minus r the whole factorial, where n equals 6 and r equals 2. So simply substitute the value. I have 6 factorial divided by 6 minus 2 the whole factorial. So which will be 6 factorial every edala. Okay, I'll go step by step. 6 factorial divided by 6 minus 2 is 4 factorial. So I can write this as 6 times 5 times 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial. So this and this will get cancelled. So I have 6 times 5 which is 30. Okay. Second subsection, n equals 9 and r equals 5. So again when I substitute 9 factorial divided by 9 minus 5 the whole factorial. So this will be 9 factorial divided by 4 factorial. 9 minus 5 is 4. So I can write this as 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 times 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Appada in the 4 in the 4 cancel agum. So 4 factorial and the 4 factorial will get cancelled. I'll be left with 9 8s are 72, 7 6 are 42 times 5. So this will be 72 times 210, 1 5, 1 2 0. Okay. Now we are going to learn about permutations. Okay. So இப்போ இந்த சாப்டர்லயே மெயினா கன்ஃபியூஸ் ஆகிறது permutation formula தெரியும், combination formula தெரியும். But you don't know whether the given question is a permutation question or a combination question. So you have to understand the difference. Permutation na the order is very very important. Okay. இப்போ வந்து R O S E rows அப்படினா I want 4 letters. Okay வா, 4 digit வேணும் அப்படினா first க்கு எவ்வளவு options இருக்கு? I have 4 options. This is without repetition. So first க்கு I have 4 options. For the second letter I have 3 options. இப்போ first R O S E. For example, இப்போ நான் R எடுத்துட்டேன் first க்கு. So I have 3 options left for my second place. Similarly, இப்போ இங்க S போச்சுனா I have O E. So 2 options for my third place and 1 option for my fourth place. For example, இப்போ E போச்சுனா I have O for my fourth option. Correct? So I have 4 options for my first, 3 options for my second place, 2 options for my third place and only 1 option for my fourth place. So in that order is very very important. So in that if R pochna, I'll have R, S, E, O. So this is the order of letters. First R, second S, third E, fourth O. So permutation is nothing but the order is very very important. The arrangement is very very important. But when it comes to combination, which we'll see later, but I'll just explain the difference. Combination na enartham, you're only choosing. So basically, for R, O, S, E na, I have to choose 2 letters. So I can either choose one of these 4 letters and then I can choose any of the other 3 letters. Correct? Already 4 poichna, I have 3 left. So I can only choose 1 letter. This is basically choosing. The order is not important. OS is the same as SO. But in that OS is different and SO is different because the first letter is O, the second is S. In that the first letter is S and the second letter is O. Basically, you have to understand that here the order matters, here the order does not matter. OS எழுதுனா போதும் இல்ல SO எழுதுனா போதும், ஏதா ஒன்னு எழுதுனா போதும். Okay, so that is combination. So first we'll learn permutations in this exercise. So actually exercise 7.1 itself is permutations. அது தெரியாமையே தான் நம்ம போட்டுட்டு இருக்கோம். So இனிமே we'll solve questions based on permutation. So permutation ku we have a formula which is NPR. P na permutation, N na number of letters, R na you have a basic interval. Okay, so NPR na it will be N factorial divided by N minus R factorial. Okay, and you have to remember NP0 அப்படினா என்ன வரும்? When the value of R is 0, you have N factorial divided by N minus 0 the whole factorial, which will be N factorial divided by N factorial, which is 1. So NP0 is 1. Remember. Then you have NPN. So R oda value N ave irundhuduna, again you will have N factorial divided by N minus R, which will be N minus N the whole factorial, which will be N factorial divided by 0 factorial. 0 factorial value enna 1. So I have N factorial. So you have to remember NP0 is 1, NPN is N factorial. Okay, and you also have to remember that 0 less than or equal to R less than or equal to N. R value 0 ku N ku naduvula dhaan irukanum. R cannot be greater than N. Okay, these are the things you need to remember. Okay, ipo nama first paatha example enna ROSE. You see that all the 4 letters are different. Ipo innor example ROOT. Let me take root. So in that ROOT la I have 2 O's. So do I consider this as 4 different elements or only 3 elements? ROT 3 elements மட்டும் தான் கன்சிடர் பண்ணுமா இல்ல 2 O இருக்குறதுனால 4 எலிமெண்ட்டும் கன்சிடர் பண்ணுமா? You have to remember that. So for rows, how many will I have without repetition? It will be 4, 3, 2, 1, which will be 4 factorial. Correct? It will be the product of all these. So I'll have 4 factorial. But in the இடத்துல what will I have? 4 options. So I have 4 places. So it will be 4, 3, 2, 1, which will be 4 factorial. But you have 2 O's. So 2 O's enna பண்ணுவோம்? The number of O is 2. So divided by 2 factorial. So எத்தனை repetition இருக்கோ அத்தனை factorial left right. Okay. For example, if you have APPLE, PIE. Okay. So this is one word. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 factorial ways la இத பண்ணலாம். I'll have 8 into 7 into 6 into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So basically I have 8 factorial ways of representing this apple pie. But how many repetitions do I have? P, P, P. So I'll have 3 P's. So 3 factorial times what else is repeated? E is repeated. So I have how many E's? 1 and 2. So 2 factorial. Purida? So basically how many ever repetitions you have to divide that with the number of repetitions factorial. Okay. So in that I have 3 times the P is repeated. So 3 factorial. E வந்து 2 times repeat ஆயிருக்கு. So I'll divide it by 2 factorial. Okay. We'll solve examples and you'll understand it better. Moving on to example 9. Find the number of permutations of the letters of the word Allahabad. So you have ALLA, HA, BA, D. So how many elements do you have in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 elements in total. And how many repetitions do you have? A எத்தனை தடவை repeat ஆயிருக்கு? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. And what else is repeated? L. L is repeated 2 times. So how many ways can you represent them? 9 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 2 factorial. So what will be your answer? 9 into 8 into 7, 6, 5 times I stop with 4 factorial. And I 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 2 factorial. 2 factorial is nothing but 2 into 1. Okay. So 4 cancel right. 2 factorial I am writing it as 2 into 1. So 2 3s are. So what will I be left with? 9 8s are 72 times 7 3s are 21 times 5. 7 5 6 0. So many possibilities you have. Okay. Example 10. How many 4-digit numbers can be formed by using the digits 1 to 9 if the repetition is not allowed? Okay. So இப்போ என்ன number கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? 1 to 9 கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. 1 to 9. So how many elements do you have in total? Last element minus the first element plus 1. So எத்தனை element இருக்கு? 9 minus 1 8, 8 plus 1 9. So I have 9 elements in total. I need a 4-digit. Correct? 4-digit number without repetition. So இப்போ 9 elements னா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? 9 options for the first place, then 8 options for the second place, 7 options for the third place, and 6 options for the fourth place. It is without repetition. Correct? So repeat ஆகாம இருக்கணும்னா first option க்கு 9 numbers இருக்கு. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Second option க்கு இங்க ஒரு number போச்சுனா it will be left with only 8 options. So similarly 7 and 6. So what is this basically? இததான் நம்ம 7.1 exerciseல பண்ணோம். So when you talk in terms of permutations, I need to choose 4 numbers from the 9 elements which has to be placed in order. If I have to choose only 4 numbers, it will be combination. But in the இடத்துல choose 4 numbers, but they have to be in order. Correct? Order is also important. 1 2 is not equal to 2 1. Correct? So I have to place them in order. So you're going to choose 4 numbers from the 9 numbers and they have to be in order. So we are talking about permutation. So it will be 9p4. Choose 4 numbers from the 9 elements that you have and they have to be in order. So 9p4 na enna paathom? What is the formula? npr is nothing but n factorial divided by n minus r the whole factorial. So this will be 9 factorial divided by 9 minus 4 the whole factorial, which will be 9 factorial divided by 5 factorial. இது எப்படி போடலாம்? 9 8 7 6 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial. So 5 cancel ஆச்சுனா I'll have 9 8 7 6. So basically you get what we learned in your 7.1 exercise. Correct? So in that I want all my 4 digits. So it will be first digit and second and third and fourth. And then another multiplication. Okay? So I have 9876 which will be 9 8s are 72, 7 6 are 42. So that will be 3024. Okay? Example 11. How many numbers lying between 100 and 1000? So 100 and 1000 kulla number irukano can be formed using the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So how many elements do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements. Okay? If the repetition of digits is not allowed, appo without repetition. Okay? So the repetition is not allowed. Ipo 100 lende 1000 na all my numbers are 3-digit numbers excluding 100 and 1000 because they say it is between. அப்ப எதுல இருந்து வரணும்? 101, 102 until 998, 999. Okay, all my numbers are 3-digit numbers. Okay, so if this is a 3-digit number, first place க்கு எத்தனை possibilities இருக்கு? I cannot have a 0. இப்போ 0 வந்ததுனா if I have 0 1 2, this will become a 2-digit number, 12 ன்னு ஆயிடும். So அது பண்ணக்கூடாது. So first place I should rule out 0. So what are my options? 1 2 3 4 5. So I can choose one of these numbers. So எத்தனை option இருக்கு? 5 option இருக்கு. Okay, for example if number 1 is taken in my first place, what are the options for my second place? 0 இன்னும் எடுக்கவே இல்லை இந்த இடத்துல. So I'll have 0 2 3 4 5. So again I have 5 options. Correct? So here I have used one of these 5 numbers. So what is remaining for my last place? I have 4 options. For example if 2 is taken, I have 0 3 4 and 5. So I have 4 options for my ones place. This is my ones, tens and hundreds place. So finally I want my ones place and my tens place and my hundreds place for that 3-digit number. Yeah? So and na multiplication. Okay? So what will be my final answer? 5 times 4. இது வந்து நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எக்ஸசைஸ்ல பார்த்த விதம். ஓகே, இப்போ permutation யூஸ் பண்ணி என்ன பண்ணலாம்? I want a 3-digit number using all these numbers. So basically 3-digit na I'm going to choose 3 numbers from the 6 elements that I have, which have to be in order, but I have to omit the numbers which start with 0. Correct? So 0 vara numbers alla 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 3, 2 and all that I have to omit na. Enna pannanom? I have to choose 2 numbers from the 5 numbers excluding 0. So it will be 5p2. Agree? 6p3 na it will have all the numbers. You're choosing 3 numbers from the 6 elements. Minus you have to exclude all the numbers which start with 0. Okay? Clear? So it will be 6p3 minus 5p2. I have to exclude all the 2-digit numbers which start with a 0. Okay? So இத பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? 6 factorial divided by 6 minus 3 factorial minus 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 2 factorial. So this will be 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 factorial divided by 3 factorial minus 5, 4, 3 factorial divided by 3 factorial. So 3, 3 cancel achuna. I'll be left with 5 4s are 20, 26 are 120 minus 5 4s are 20. So I'll have 100 possibilities. So in the இடத்துல பண்ணா என்ன வருது? 5 5s are 25, 25 4s are 100. Okay, so you get the same answer in both the cases. You understood what I did? What have I done here? 6p3 na I'm taking all the 3 numbers out of the 6 elements that I have which have to be placed in order. 5p2 na என்ன அர்த்தம்? இந்த இடத்துல 3 places இருக்கு. First place is always a 0. Correct? So I only have one option. I have 2 more places. So on the 2 places I have to choose the 5 numbers which are remaining excluding 0. So I have to choose 2 numbers from these 5 numbers which are in order. So that is 5p2. Okay? You understand? So this is basically I have 5 options for the second place and I have 4 options for my third place. Okay? Example 12. Find the value of n such that first subsection np5 equals 42 times np3. Okay? Where n is greater than 4. So I've given this. So I need to find what my n is. Okay? So if I solve panna np5 enna n factorial divided by n minus r which is n minus 5 factorial equals 42 times n factorial divided by n minus 3 factorial. Okay? So idu eppadi ezhudalam? I can write this as, okay, the n factorial and the n factorial gets cancelled. When I cross multiply, I'll have n minus 3 factorial equals 42 times n minus 5 factorial. Okay? So idu eppadi ezhudalam? This I can simply write it as n minus 3 times n minus 4 times n minus 5 factorial. Correct? Ipo when you have n factorial, this can also be written as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 the whole factorial. Basically, when you have a number, you are subtracting it by 1. So minus 1, in the term ku minus 1 panna, I get this. So basically, when I have n minus 3, when I do n minus 3 minus 1, I get this. When I get n minus 4 minus 1, I get this. Okay? So my LHS becomes this n minus 3 into n minus 4 into n minus 5 factorial equals 42 times n minus 5 factorial. புரிஞ்சுதா நான் இங்க என்ன பண்ணேன்னு? For example, if you have 6 factorial, I'll do 6 into 6 minus 1 into 6 minus 2. இல்லையா? So it will be 6 into 5 into 4 factorial. Okay, that is what I did here. So n minus 3 can be written as n minus 3 minus 1 panna n minus 4 minus 1 panna n minus 5. Okay, so the n minus 5 and the n minus 5 factorial will get cancelled. இதை multiply panna n square minus 3n minus 4n plus 12 equals 42. So I have n square minus 7n plus 12 minus 42 equals 0. So this will be n square minus 7n minus 30 equals 0. So 30 minus 30 can be written as 10 times 3. I need a minus 7, so it is minus 10 times 3. So I have n square minus 10n plus 3n minus 30 equals 0. So splitting the middle term panna, I'll erase this. I have n into n minus 10 plus I need an n minus 10 here, so it will be plus 3 equals 0. So I have n minus 10 times n plus 3 equals 0. So n minus 10 equals 0 na, n equals 10. N plus 3 0 na, I have n equals minus 3. But the value of n cannot be negative. So you have to take the value that is positive. So the value of n is 10. Okay. Second subsection, np4 divided by n minus 1 p4 equals 5 divided by 3, where n is greater than 4. Okay. So this is n factorial divided by n minus 4 the whole factorial. Cross multiply panna, I have a 3 here, equals 5 times n minus 1 p4 and n factorial divided by n minus r, which is n minus 1 minus 4 the whole factorial. Okay. So I have 3 times n factorial n into n minus 1 the whole factorial. I have n minus 1 here. So n can be written as n into n minus 1 the whole factorial divided by n minus 4 times minus 1 panna n minus 5 the whole factorial equals 5 times n minus 1 the whole factorial divided by n minus 1 minus 4, which will be n minus 5 the whole factorial. Okay. So n minus 1 and n minus 1 factorial will get cancelled. N minus 5 will get cancelled. So what am I left with? 3n divided by n minus 4 equals 5. So if I cross multiply panna, 3n equals 5n minus 5 4s are 20. Okay. So this panna 3n minus 5n equals minus 20, minus 2n equals minus 20, n equals 10. Okay. Example 13. Find r if 5 times 4pr equals 6 times 5pr minus 1. Okay. So 5 times 4pr and 4 factorial divided by 4 minus r the whole factorial equals 6 times another 5 factorial divided by 5 minus r minus 1. So put a bracket. Okay. Whole factorial. So in that 5 times 4 factorial divided by 4 minus r the whole factorial equals, I have 6 into 5 factorial 5 into 4 factorial divided by 5 minus r plus 1 the whole factorial. இப்போ இங்க என்ன இருக்கு? 5 into 4 factorial, 5 into 4 factorial. Okay, they get cancelled. So what do I have here? 1 divided by 4 minus r the whole factorial equals numerator 6 divided by 5 plus 1 6 minus r the whole factorial. இப்போ 6 minus r எப்படி எழுதலாம்? I need 4 minus r. So 6 minus r minus 1 is 5 minus r. So I can write this as 6 minus r times minus 1 panna 5 minus r. Again if I do minus 1, I have 4 minus r the whole factorial. So in the pakka enna irukku 1 minus 4, 1 by 4 minus r the whole factorial. So in the pakka 4 minus r will get cancelled. So what am I left with when I cross multiply? I have 6 minus r times 5 minus r equals 6. So when I multiply 30 minus 5r minus 6r plus r square minus 6 equals 0. Okay, so I have r square minus 11r, 30 minus 6 is 24 plus 24 equals 0. 24 enna pannalam? I need plus 24. So it is 8 3s are minus 8 minus 3 for minus 11. So I have r square minus 8r minus 3r plus 24 equals 0. Splitting the middle term. So r common adutha r minus 8. I need r minus 8 here. So I have minus 3 equals 0. r minus 3, r minus 8 equals 0. r equals 3, r equals 8. So I have two values for r, which is 3 and 8. Okay. Example 14. Find the number of different 8-letter arrangements that can be made from the letters daughter. D-A-U-G-H-T-E-R. Write the spellings correctly. Is repetition? There is no repetition. Okay. So how many elements do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in total, I have 8 elements. Okay. So how many different possibilities do you have using these 8 elements? I have 8 factorial. So my general permutation will be 8 factorial. Correct? Now my first subsection is all my vowels are placed together. So enna vowels? I have A, U and E. So A, U and E are my vowels. So I have to have them together. So what other letters do I have? D, G, H, T, R. I have to have my vowels together. So idu oru word ah na treat panna poren. So I have D, G, H, T, R, A, U, E. Okay, இது union கிடையாது. Okay, please don't get confused. A, E, U னு எழுதுறேன். Okay, so I have A, E, U. I'm going to treat this as one letter. Now how many elements do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 elements. Basically I want my vowels to be placed together. So அதை நான் ஒரு element எடுத்துக்கிறேன். Okay, but இதுக்குள்ளேயே the vowels can interchange their places in 3 factorial ways. Correct? So this is basically 6 factorial. D, H, D, G, H, T, R, A, I, O, U can be placed in 6 factorial ways. Correct? 6 element இருக்கு. So 6 factorial times A, E, U can be replaced in 3 factorial ways. Correct? I have 3 places. So I can either have A, E, U, or I can have A, U, E, or I can have E, U, A, E, A, U, and so on. So I can arrange them in 3 factorial ways, and these can be arranged in 6 factorial ways. Correct? So when the vowels are placed together, I can arrange them in 6 factorial times 3 factorial. ஏனா இந்த 6ஐயும் arrange பண்ணனும், இந்த 3ஐயும் arrange பண்ணனும். Correct? So I have 6 factorial times 3 factorial, which will be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 times 3 into 2. So this will be 6 5s are 30 times 3 2s are 6, 6 4s are 24 times 6. This will be 180 times 24, 4, 3, 2, 0. This is when vowels are placed together. If vowels are not placed together, na, it will be total minus vowels together. Correct? Total enna? 8 factorial. I have 8 factorial in general minus what did I get when I placed them together? 4, 3, 2, 0. So this is vowels not placed together. Equals the total minus vowels that are placed together. So this is basically 8 factorial minus 6 factorial times 3 factorial. 8 factorial can be written as 8 times 7 times 6 factorial. This is one term. Minus 6 factorial times 3 factorial. 6 factorial common adha 8 into 7 minus 3 factorial, which is 3 into 2. So I'll have 6 factorial times 8 7s are 56 minus 3 2s are 6. What is my 6 factorial? 6 times 5, 4, 3, 2 times 56 minus 6 is 50. So I have 6 5s are 30, 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. So I have so many different ways of representing. Okay. So when I want my vowels together, ada or letter, ada or element na edukren. Okay. So if this is one element, how many elements in total do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements. So 6 factorial ways. Now A, E, U itself can be permuted in 3 factorial ways because I have 3 elements. 1, 2, 3 inside this. So 6 factorial times 3 factorial when the vowels are placed together. When vowels are not placed together, na total permutation enna? 8 factorial. Total minus when vowels are placed together is vowels not placed together. Okay. Exercise 7.3. Question number 1. How many 3-digit numbers can be formed using the digits 1 to 9 if no digits are repeated? Appo 1 to 9 na ethana elements irukku? 9 minus 1 plus 1, which means I have 9 elements. I need to form 3-digit number. So 3-digit number na I need 3 numbers. Okay. So I have to choose 3 numbers from the 9 elements that I have, and they have to be in order. Appa 9PR enna? 9 factorial divided by 9 minus 3 the whole factorial, which will be 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 factorial divided by 9 minus 3 enna? 6 factorial. So this gets cancelled. So I have 9 into 8 into 7, which will be 9 times 56. So 9 6 are 54, 5 9 5 are 45, 50. Okay, 504. So basically, our general way of representing is 9, 8, 7. 9 options for the first place, 8 options for the second place, and I have 7 options for the third place because this is without repetition. Okay, so multiply panna 9, 8, 7. Okay. Question number 2. How many 4-digit numbers are there with no digit repeated? Okay. So you have numbers from 0 to 9. Correct? It will become a 2-digit number. So single digits 0 to 9. So how many elements do I have? 9 minus 0 plus 1, which is 10 elements. Okay. So I want a 4-digit number. 4-digit na ones, tens, hundreds, thousands place. So ones digit la I can have any number of. Will come from the thousands place. The thousands place la I cannot have the number 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 options for my thousands place because I cannot have the number 0. 0 it will become a 3-digit number. So I have 9 options. Now for the second hundreds place, I can have a 0, but 1 digit is already taken here. This is without repetition. So I have 9 more options for my second place. For the tens place, I have 8 options. For the ones place, I have 7 options. Now, if a number poach, for example, if 1 is taken, I have 0, 2, 3 until 9. So I have 9 options. If for example, number 3 is taken, I will be left with 0, 2, 4, 5 until 9. So I have 8 options. I will have 7 options for the next case. So what is my total? I need all my 4 places. So so it will be the product. So it will be 9 9s are 81 times 56, which will be 4, 5, 3, 6. Question number 3. How many 3-digit even numbers can be made from the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 7. So I need 3-digit even numbers when no digit is repeated. So 3-digit even number na even places I have 2, 4, 6, which means I have 3 options. And the other 2 places I can have, for example, if one number is taken, in total I have 6 elements. So 6 elements na. For my tens place, 1 element is taken. So I have 5 more that is remaining. Then if 1 element is taken, I have 4 more that is remaining. So it will be 5 times 4 times 3. Okay, it will be 20 times 3, which is 60. In the permutation method, I have 3 places. For the first place, I have 3 options. I need to choose one. So it will be 3P1 for my ones place. Ones, tens, hundreds. Okay. I can choose one element out of the 3 elements. It has to be in order. So permutation. If one element pochina, I have 5 more elements that is remaining. 6 minus 1, which is 5. And I need to choose 2. So it will be 5P2. So I need to choose 2 elements out of the remaining 5. One number so I have 5 elements that is remaining and I have to choose 2 numbers. So this will be 3P1 and 3 factorial divided by 3 minus 1 the whole factorial times 5 divided by 5 minus 2. Two factorial cancel 3 and 3. So I'll have 5 times 4 times 3. 5, 4, 3. Okay. So the answer is 60. So either ways, you will get the same answer. Whichever is comfortable, you can do that. Okay. Question number 4. Find the number of 4-digit numbers that can be formed using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if no digit is repeated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, this is a 4-digit number. So, I need to choose 4 numbers out of the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they have to be in order. So, this is 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 4. Which will be 5 factorial divided by 1 factorial. So, it will be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20 times 6, 120. So, this is the total number of options. But they are asking for how many of these will be even. Even na, I have 4 places. In that I have 2 options. 2 and 4. So how many ways can I choose these numbers? 2 numbers la I have to choose 1 number. one number from the two options. That will be this place, ones place. Then for the tens, hundreds and thousands, I need 3 digits out of, இப்போ 1 இங்கே போச்சு, 5 minus 1 is 4. So I need to choose 3 numbers from the 4 that is remaining. Okay. So first place la even numbers, it will be 2p1. Then I have 4 more numbers that are remaining, out of which I have to choose 3. Okay. So இது என்ன வரும்? 2p1 is 2 factorial divided by 2 minus 1, which is 1 factorial, times 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 3, which is also 1 factorial. So I'll have 2 times 4, 3, 2, 1. So this will be 4 2s are 8, 8 6 are 48. So 48 different choices. Okay. This is our normal way. For this place, I have 2 choices. I have 5 elements in total. So adula 1 pochu. So what will be left? I have 4 remaining, 3 remaining, 2 remaining. So it will again be 2 4 3 2, 2 4 3 2. Okay. So it will be the product of this. This is the general way. This is the permutation way of writing. Question number 5. From a committee of 8 persons, in how many ways we can choose chairman and vice chairman? Okay. So, 2 பேர் வேணும். Chairman and vice chairman out of 8 people. So I need to choose 2 people out of the 8 and they have to be in order. The first person can be a chairman and the second person can be a vice chairman, or the first person can be a vice chairman and the second person can be a chairman. If you interchange, it will be wrong. If na vice chairman na, if the other person is a chairman, if he becomes the vice chairman and I become a chairman, it is different. So the order is very, very important. So we are dealing with permutation. So 8 people, out of which I need to choose 2 people. So it will be 8p2, 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 2, which is 6 factorial, 8, 7, 6 factorial, 6 factorial. So I'll have 56. Number normal way la pota, I need 2 places. I have 8 elements in total. So for the first position, chairman, I have 8 people, 8 choices irukku. So orthan chairman aitanna, I have 7 more people for vice chairman. So it will be 8 times 7, which is 56 again. Okay. Question number 6. If n minus 1 p3 is to np4 equals 1:9, find n. Okay, n value n kekranga. So this is a ratio. N minus 1 p3 is nothing but n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus 1 minus 3 the whole factorial divided by is 2 na, divided by n factorial divided by n minus 4 the whole factorial. NPR formula enna? Is n factorial divided by n minus r the whole factorial. That is what I am doing here. Equals 1 divided by 9. So this is n minus 1 whole factorial, the whole divided by n minus 1 minus 3, which is n minus 4, the whole factorial, the whole divided by n factorial eppadi eduthalam, n into n minus 1 the whole factorial, ஏனா இங்க ஒரு n minus 1 whole factorial இருக்கா, divided by n minus 4 the whole factorial. Now these two can get cancelled and these two can get cancelled. What am I left with? So this is my numerator, this is my denominator. So I can cross multiply. This is my denominator and this is my numerator. I can cross multiply. Yeah. So I have 9 times 1 equals n times 1. So my n value is 9. Okay, we're going to cross multiply. Here I have 1 divided by 1, which is 1, divided by n divided by 1. So I have 1 divided by n equals 1 divided by 9. So n equals 9. Okay. Question number 7. Find R if, first question, 5PR equals 2 times 6PR minus 1. Okay. Simply formula use panna vendida. 5PR enna? 5 factorial divided by 5 minus R the whole factorial equals 2 times 2 power 6 kadayadhu idu. 2 times 6PR minus 1. So it will be 6 factorial divided by 6 minus R minus 1 the whole factorial. Bracket podunga ena minus irukku. Illati summa r minus 1 போட்டா தப்பாயிடும். Okay, 5 factorial divided by 5 minus r the whole factorial equals 2 times 6 factorial எப்படி எழுதலாம் 6 into 5 factorial correct 6 into 5 factorial divided by because I have a 5 factorial here இங்க denominator என்ன 6 minus r plus 1 the whole factorial okay minus r plus 1 bracket குள்ள so 5 factorial and the 5 factorial will get cancelled so I'll be left with cross multiply பண்ணா 6 minus r plus 1 which is 7 minus r 7 minus r the whole factorial equals 6 2s are 12 in the 6 மறந்துடாதீங்க 6 2s are 12 times 5 minus r the whole factorial 5 minus r the whole factorial இப்போ இத என்ன பண்ணலாம் I have a 5 minus r here so 7 minus r times minus 1 பண்ணா 6 minus r again minus 1 பண்ணா 5 minus r the whole factorial equals 12 times 5 minus r the whole factorial so 5 minus r and 5 minus r will get cancelled so I have two terms I'm going to multiply the brackets 7 6 are 42 minus 6r minus 7r plus r square minus 12 equals 0. So I have r square minus 13r 42 minus 12 is 30 equals 0. So I need plus 30 and the sum is 13. So I have minus 10 minus 3. So இது பண்ணா r square minus 10r minus 3r plus 30 equals 0. r common எடுத்தா r minus 10 r minus 10 so I have minus 3 equals 0 so r minus 10 r minus 3 equals 0 so r equals 3 comma 10 but you see that your n value is 5 and 6 your n is 5 or 6 your r value cannot be greater than n correct r is between 0 and n so rejecting r equals 10 my r value is 3 okay r has to be between 0 and n n oda maximum value is 5 or 6 so r cannot be 10 okay second subsection 5pr equals 6p r minus 1 okay and the 2 மட்டும் தான் இல்ல so it is similar to the previous subsection so 5 factorial divided by 5 minus r the whole factorial equals 6 factorial divided by 6 minus r minus 1 so it will be 6 minus r plus 1 the whole factorial okay so 5 factorial divided by 5 minus r the whole factorial equals 6 into 5 factorial divided by 7 minus r the whole factorial so this and this will get cancelled so I have cross multiply panna 7 minus r factorial equals 6 into 5 minus r factorial 7 minus r factorial எப்படி எழுதலாம் 7 minus r minus 1 na 6 minus r again minus 1 5 minus r the whole factorial equals 6 into 5 minus r the whole factorial so this will get cancelled so what do I have here 42 minus 6r minus 7r plus r square minus 6 equals 0 so r square minus 13r 42 minus 6 is plus 36 okay so I need plus 36 so 9 4s are 36 minus 9 minus 4 so I'll have r square minus 9r minus 4r plus 36 equals 0 r common எடுத்தா r minus 9 r minus 9 so minus 4 equals 0 r minus 9 r minus 4 so r oda value 4 comma 9 but my n value is 5 or 6 r has to be between 0 and n so r equals 4 rejecting 9 varad okay question number 8 how many words with or without meaning can be formed using the letters of the word equation using each letter exactly once so how many elements do I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 elements okay and are there any repetition one letter is repeated only once okay there is no repetition so I have 8 places 5 6 7 8 okay 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 so I can have 8 options for my first place 7 for my next place 6 5 4 3 2 1 so basically it is 8 factorial இதே permutation la போடணும்னா I have 8 elements out of which I have to choose 8 letters in order so this will be 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 8 factorial which will be 8 factorial divided by 0 factorial 0 factorial and 1 so it will be 8 factorial. Okay, you have to find the value of 8 factorial, which will be 40320. So you have so many different ways. Okay. Question number 9. With or without meaning from the word Monday. M-O-N-D-A-Y. Are there any repetition? No. How many elements do I have in total? I have 6 elements. I need to form first if no letter is repeated. Okay. First subsection 4 letters. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 6 elements in total. So I have 6 options for my first letter. 5, 4, 3. Okay. So what is this? 6 times 5 times 4 times 3. So it will be 6 5s are 30 times 4 3s are 12. 12 3s are 36. So 360 options. In the permutation method la pota, I have 6 elements, out of which I have to choose 4 elements. 4 places illiya. So I have to choose 4 elements from the 6 elements that I have, and they have to be in order. So I am doing permutation. Equals 6 factorial divided by 6 minus 4 factorial. So this will be 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial. 6, 5, 4, 3 times 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial. So it will be 6543. 6543. So my answer will again be 360. Okay. Second subsection. All the letters are used at the time. Okay. Appadina enartham 6 letters use pandrom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 options. 5 for the next. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. It will be 6 factorial. So in the permutation la pota, I have to choose 6 numbers from the 6 elements that I have. So this will be 6 factorial divided by 6 minus 6 the whole factorial, which will be 6 factorial again. So this will be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 5s are 30 times 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. So this will be 4 3s are 12, 3 2s are 6, 7, 720. 6 factorial is 720. Okay. Third option. All the letters are used, but the first letter is a vowel. Okay. All letters are used. Abdina 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the letters are used, but my first letter is a vowel. What all vowels do I have? O and A. O, comma, A da enoda vowel. I'll write it down here. For the first letter, I have 2 options. I have 6 elements in total. One element inge pochuna, I have 5 remaining. So I have 5, then 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So this is basically 5 factorial times 2, which will be 5, 4, 3, 2 times 2. 5 4s are 20, 26 are 120, 120 times 2 is 240. If this is permutation method la pota, my first place has to be a vowel. So I have 2 vowels in total, out of which I have to choose 1. Okay. So if one element pochuna, I have 5 elements that is remaining. So I have to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements from the remaining 5 elements that I have. First place la 1 vowel out of the 2. Then next 5 places la I have 5 more elements that is remaining. So 5 elements from the 5 elements that is remaining. So this is an and. Enna 6 places venum. So 1 option into 5 options. So I have 2p1 and 2 factorial divided by 2 minus 1 factorial times 5p5 is 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 5 the whole factorial. 1 factorial, 2 factorial and 2 into 5 factorial. Again I will get the same answer, which will be 240. Clear? So normal way liye eppadi pannanum therinjukonga, permutation way liye eppadi pannanum therinjukonga. Choose whichever option you want in your exam. Okay, whichever you find it easier. Permutation way easier irukna pannunga, logical way easier iruknalum pannunga. Okay. Question number 10. In how many of the distinct permutations of the letters Mississippi? Okay. So M-I-S-S-I, Mississippi. Okay. I have 2 S's, 2 S's and 2 P's. Okay. Do not, where the 4 I's do not come together. 4 I's not come together. Okay. So this is the question. So how many elements do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 11 elements in total. And how many repetitions do I have? M comes only once. I comes 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Then S comes 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times. P comes 2 times. Okay. So itana repetitions irukku. So what is my general way of representing? How many ways can I represent them in 11 factorial divided by the repetitions? 4 factorial, 4 factorial, 2 factorial. So this will be 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial times in the 4 factorial pirikka poren. 4, 3, 2, 1 times 2 factorial is 2 into 1. So 4 factorial and 4 factorial will get cancelled. 4 2s are 8, 3 2s are 6. Okay, the denominator is gone. Now I have 110 times 9 7s are 63 times 5. So this will be 3, 4, 6, 5, 0. Okay, so if 4 i's don't come together now, what will happen when 4 i's come together? I have 11 elements. So I have I have 4 elements which I am going to consider as one single element. And how many elements are remaining? 11 minus 4. 11 minus 4 is 7. So I have 7 elements here. So in total, how many elements do I have? 4 elements I am going to consider as one single element. So in total, I have 7 plus 1, 8 elements. So out of which, how can I arrange them? 8 factorial divided by I ellaam poiduchu. I have 4 factorial times 2 factorial. Neglecting the I, how many ways can S and P be permuted? 4 divided by 2. So it will be 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Correct? This is representing the 8 elements in this way. Now I have 4 i's which are together. So the permutation where 4 i's can permute within themselves is in 4 factorial ways. But I have 4 similar identical elements, so I have to neglect that. So it will be 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Purida? In the 4 i's, 4 factorial ways la permute agum, but they are indistinguishable. They are very similar elements. So on the 4 factorial neglect pannom. So this term is basically equivalent to not writing, but let me write this, okay, for you to understand. If 8 factorial is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 2 factorial is 2. So 4 poidom, 2 3s are. So I'll be left with 8 3s are 24 times 35, which is 8, 40. So this is 4 i's come together. 4 i's come together. So what if they don't come together? So don't equals total minus does. Okay, 4i onna var, total minus 4i onna varadu. That will be 4 i's not coming together. So what is my total? 34650 minus 840. So I have 33810. Okay. Question number 11. This is a little tricky. In how many ways letters of the word permutation? So permutation. How many elements do I have? Permutations. Okay. Please copy the question correctly. How many elements do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So I have 12 elements in total. And do I have any repetition? P, E, R, M, U, T. T is repeated twice. So I have 2 T's. Okay. Nothing else is repeated. What is my first subsection? The word starts with P and ends with S. So first it starts with P and it ends with S. In between, I have 10 elements. I have 12 in total. I have 10 elements in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So basically, first place la only one choice. Next place I only have one choice. The remaining places, I have 10 elements that is left. P and S already poche. I have 10 elements that is left. So for the second place, I have 10 options. Third place, I have 9 options. Similarly, until this. So I have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Basically, I have 10 factorial ways. In the permutation, I have 10 places and I have 10 elements in total. So I have 10 P 10 ways of representing it. 10 P 10 is also 10 factorial divided by 10 minus 10 the whole factorial. So that will also be 10 factorial. So I have 10 factorial ways of representing the other 10 elements. But you have to take into consideration the 2 factorial that you have here. Ena T vandu rendu thadava vandirukku illaya? So divided by 2 factorial. So I'll be left with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 divided by 2 factorial, 2 factorial. So I have 90, 8 7s are 56, 6 5s are 30, 4 3s are 12. So I have 1 8, 1 4 4, 0. Okay, ithana ways of representing. Second option, vowels are all together. So all the vowels are together. How many vowels do you have? E, U, A, I, O. Okay, I have all the vowels. E, U, A, I, O. So I have 5 vowels which I am going to consider as one single element. So I have 5 elements, but I am going to consider this as one single element. I have 12 elements in total. Inge 5 poichna, I'll be left with 7 elements. Okay. So how many in total do I have as in terms of elements? 7 plus 1. So I have 8 elements, which means 8 factorial ways of representing them, divided by, I have to consider the t that comes twice. So times 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial times I have EAIOU, which is inside the bracket, which can be permuted amongst themselves. So in how many ways will they get permuted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 elements. Do I have any repetition? I don't have any repetition. So this will be my final value. So it will be 8 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 5 factorial, which is 2419200. Just do the computation. Okay. Last option. There are always 4 letters between P and S. Okay. Please pay attention. P ko S ko nadula, there are always 4 letters. So I have 12 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll write the numbers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. If for example, P inge irukna, I have 4 letters in between P and S. So I have 4 letters. S can be here. So P can be in the first place and 6 can be in the 6th place. Adhe mari it can be the ulta. S, P. Correct? Similarly, if P is in the 2nd place, I can have S in the 7th place. And I can have S here and P here. So in the mari, how many options do I have? 1, 6. This is one option. 2 and 7. This is another option. 3 and 8. 4, 9. You see I have 4 letters in between. Again 5 and 10. 6, 11. 7 and 12. Okay. So ipo 1, 6 na P, S irukom. Appa 6, 1 na S and P. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 options for P and S. For S and P, I'll have another 7 options. So it will be times 2. Correct? P and S can be interchangeable. The order is very, very important when it comes to permutation. Okay. So I have 14 ways of writing P and S. P, S mattum dhaan mudichirukom. So if you take the first case, I have assigned the values of P and S. So I have 10 more places. So P ko S ko arrange paniyachu. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more places and 10 more elements that is remaining. So I can do them in 10 P 10 ways. Divided by, I have to neglect the T that comes twice. So 2 factorial. So this will be 10 P 10 and 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial. So this is the way of arranging the other 10 elements. But P U S U ethana ways la pannala? 14. So what will be my final answer? 14 times 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial. 10 factorial divided by 2, we already did it here. So that will be 14 times 1814400. So this will be my final answer. Please do all the calculations. Now, munadiye calculation panni vechiten, so I am just writing the final answer. Please do the calculation. Okay. So basically, you have permutations, 12 elements in total. T is repeated twice. P and S ku position fix panniyachu. So I have 10 more places and 10 more elements remaining. P and S minus pannita, I have 10 more elements that is remaining. So that can be arranged in 10P 10 ways and you have to neglect the T. So 10 factorial by 2 factorial. Second subsection, vowels come together. So appo ida one element edukano. How many elements do I have that is remaining? 12 minus 5, 7. So ippo total number of elements enna? 7 plus 1, 8. So I can arrange them in 8 factorial divided by in the 2 consider pannom 2 factorial times. The vowels can also be permuted within themselves in 5 factorial ways. So it will be this. Next, P and S to nadula I can have 4 letters. Okay, there has to be 4 letters always. So how many different options can I have? P and S in my first and 6th place. Illa 2 and 7, illa 3 and 8, illa 4 and 9. And mari pogum. Again I can interchange between P and S. I can have S and P. So that will again be 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8 and so on. So I'll have 7 options for P and S. For S and P, I'll again have 7 options. So 7 plus 7, which is 7 times 2, 14. Okay. Now, the P and S, I have 10 more places. So 10 elements, 10 more places. So that can be arranged in 10P10 divided by the 2 consider. So I have 10 factorial by 2 factorial times 14, because I have to take this also into account. P and S irukano, naduvliyu 4 letters vara mari space irukano. So it will be this. Okay. Example 15. In how many ways can 4 red, 3 yellow, 2 green, 4 red, 3 yellow and 2 green be placed if the discs of the same color are indistinguishable? Okay. So, how many elements do you have in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, I have 9 elements in total, which can be arranged in 9 factorial ways. But they say that the discs are indistinguishable. Abdina, all the 4 reds look alike. Okay. So, how many reds do I have? 4. So, it will be 4 factorial. It is basically similar to the repetition of letters. 2 E irundhaduna, it is the same. Similarly, 4 red irukuna, 4 me same da. So, 4 factorial. How many yellow do you have? 3 factorial. How many reds do you have? 2 factorial. So, the basic arrangement is 9 factorial. But you have to take into account the repetition. So, repetition irundhaduna, how many reds? 4. 3 yellow and 2 reds. So they can be, and the arrangement 4 factorial, 3 factorial and 2 factorial divide pannidnom, because that is not considered, because they are indistinguishable. Indistinguishable na difference illa. Ella balls paaka ore maarudha, ella discum paaka ore maarudha irukku. So adnala difference illa engadhanaala you have to omit the similarity. So you divide by 4 factorial, 3 and 2. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 times 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 3 factorial and 3 into 2 times 2 factorial is 2 into 1. Okay. So 4 and the 4 will get cancelled. 3 2s are 6, 2 4s are. So what am I left with? 9 into 4 into 7 into 5. So I have 9 4s are 36 times 35, which will be 1260. Okay. Example 16. Find the number of arrangements of the letters of the word independence. Independence. Okay. So basically, how many elements do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 elements in total. Okay. How many repetitions do I have? I enge vandirukka varala. N, I have 1, 2, 3. So, N is repeated 3 times. Then D, 1, 2. D is repeated twice. E, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 E's. What else is repeated? P, N. Okay. Okay. So, what is my general way of representing this? In how many ways can I represent this? 12 factorial divided by, I have to omit the repetitions. So, enna repetition? 3 factorial, 2 factorial, 4 factorial. So, this will be 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 until 4 factorial divided by 3 factorial and 3 into 2. 2 factorial is 2. So what do I have? Times 4 factorial. 4 factorial and 4 factorial will get cancelled. 3 2s are 6, 2 4s are. So what is my final result? I'll just copy the result. 166, 3 2 00. Okay. So this is the general result. Okay. So what is my first subsection? How many of these arrangements do the words start with P? Okay. So first subsection. How many elements do I have? 12. So I have 12 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So first letter is always a P. So I have only one choice for my first place. So I have 11 more places with 11 more elements. Appo second place I have 11 options. 10, 9, 8 and mari poite irukom. So basically for the first place I only have one option. For the remaining 11 places I have 11 factorial ways of representing the 12 elements. 11 factorial ways la pogudhu, correct? So I have 11 factorial divided by, I have to take into account the repetition again. So it will be 3 factorial, 2 factorial times 4 factorial. Okay. Basically first element is fixed. So I am losing one element from the 12. So I have 11 ways of choosing the alphabet from the word independence. Inge vandu onnu pochuna I have only 10 choices. Here I have 9 options. Okay, so basically it will be 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so I'll have 11 factorial 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So correct ah idella product panna 11 factorial divided by 3, 2 and 4 factorials. So I have 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 times 4 factorial divided by 3 factorial is 3 into 2 times 2 into 4 factorial. So this cancel idom. 3 2s are 6, 2 4s are. So my final result will be, I'll just copy the answer, 138600. Second subsection, do all the vowels occur together? Ennalla vowel irukku? I have E and I have I. Okay, so I have I and 4 E's. So I want them to occur together. அப்புறம் மீதி எத்தனை letters இருக்கு? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters in vowels. And what is remaining? I have 12 minus 5, which is 7, that is remaining. So total how many elements do I have? 7 plus 1, 8. This is considered as one single element. I have 7 elements here. So in total, I have 8 elements. So I have 8 elements in total. I have 7 elements here and 1 element here. This 5 elements is considered as one single element. Appo it will be 8 factorial divided by, in the 8 elements la E in the இடத்துல வந்துரும். Okay, so you can forget that. I have the remaining letters here which has 3 N's and 2 D's. Correct? So I have to take that into account. 8 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial. இது வந்து whole-ஆ பார்த்தாச்சு. இப்போ இந்த 1 element-ஆ we considered இல்லையா? So this 1 element has 5 different elements inside this. So I have 5 factorial. They can be arranged in 5 factorial ways, but you have to omit the 4 E's. So it will be 5 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Okay, is it clear? எல்லா vowelsum ஒண்ணா இருக்கணும். So இது ஒரு element ஆ எடுத்தாச்சு. மீதி எத்தனை element இருக்கு? 12 total. So 12 minus 5 is 7. So I have 7 elements here plus 1 element here. So in total I have 8 elements in total. So 8 factorial ways la arrange பண்ணலாம். But I have 3 N's and 2 D's. So the factorial omit பண்ணணும். So I have to divide by 3 factorial times 2 factorial times 1 element here which has 5 elements inside this. So adu vandu it can be represented in 5 factorial ways. I have 4 E's. So I have to divide them, neglect them by dividing by 4 factorial. So idhukku enna answer varum? I just copy the answer, 16800. Okay. So third subsection, do the vowels never occur together? So in the இடத்துல vowels occur together பார்த்தாச்சு. So never na it is similar to the example question. So it will be total minus when vowels occur together equals vowels never occur together. Never occur together. Please write it down. So it will be total enna 1663200. 1663200 minus when they occur together 16800. So what will be the difference? It will be 0 0 4 6 4 6 1. So it will be 1646400. Okay, that will be your answer. Last subsection, I'll erase the first question. Fourth subsection, do the words begin with I and end with P? So beginning ஒன்னு இருக்கு, அப்புறம் இங்க நடுவுல letters இருக்கு, end with P. So I have the first letter to be I and the last letter to be P. So I only have one option for this and one option for this. So இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு option போச்சு. So I only have 11 elements. இந்த இடத்துல one more option is lost. So I only have 10 elements. So in between I have 10 different places. So they can be placed in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in 10 factorial ways. Okay, so this can be represented in 10 factorial times 1 into 1. 1 into 1 is 1, so we neglect that. So first place la I, last place la P na, we have 12 in total, in which 2 are lost. 2 choices are lost here, so I have 10 choices that is left. I, P illama I have 10 other alphabets, so they can be arranged in 10 factorial ways. Divided by, I have to omit the repetition, so it will be divided by 3, 2 and 4 factorial. So this will be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 factorial divided by 3 factorial is 3 into 2, 2 factorial is 2, 4 factorial, cancel I know, 3 2s are 6, 2 4s are, so I will be left with 10 9s are 90 times 7 4s are 28, or I can do 5 4s are 20, 20 times 7, 140. So it will be 90 times 140, which will be 12600. Okay. Now comes the combination. Combination na enna? How is it different from permutation? Permutation la order is important. Like we saw in the last question of the previous exercise, exercise 7.3. So அந்த இடத்துல P and S க்கு ஒரு option பார்த்தோம். Again S and P க்கு ஒரு option பார்த்தோம். But when it comes to combination, it is only choosing P and S. It doesn't matter in which position P is in and in which position S is in. So combination la the order does not matter. Permutation la the order matters. Okay. Exam la question கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா order கேக்குறாங்களா கேக்கலையான்னு பார்த்து permutation combination solve பண்ணுங்க. Okay, everybody knows the formula. ஆனா எந்த question permutation எந்த question combination னே தெரியாம formula போட்டா தப்பு. Okay, so please focus on the question. Combination it is only choosing. You have 5 balls, you are going to pick up 2. So it will be 5 choose 2, 5C2. Permutation na you have 5 balls, yellow, red, green, blue, orange irukna. You have to choose 2 balls in the order which is orange and red abdina. That will be permutation. You are picking 2 balls from the 5 balls that you have and they have to be in order. That is permutation. Permutation ku enna formula paathom? NPR is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. Ipo combination ku it will be NCR, combination n choose r. Here is n permutation r abdina order matters. N choose r na order does not matter. Okay, remember NCR na n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial. The only difference is you have the r factorial here. Okay va? So idu renduthukku relation enna? NCR times r factorial equals NPR. Okay, always remember this relation. Inno oru siladu irukku, NC0 which will be n factorial divided by 0 factorial times n minus 0 the whole factorial. So it will be n factorial divided by 1 times n factorial 1. So NC0 in the formula apply panna I have n factorial times r factorial n minus r factorial. So this will be 1. Adhe mari NCN will also be n factorial n minus n the whole factorial. So adhe da varum n factorial n and 0 factorial. So I will have n factorial by n factorial which is 1. Okay, idhe n P0 na what will I have? N factorial divided by n minus 0 the whole factorial, that is also 1. N Pn na n factorial divided by n minus n the whole factorial which will be n factorial. In the இடத்துல NC0 NCN ரெண்டுமே 1. இந்த இடத்துல NP0 is 1, NPN is n factorial. Okay, NC n minus r equals NCR. So basically when you have n minus r oda combination verum r oda combination they are equal. I am not going to get into the proofs. Please remember all this. The proofs are given in your NCERT's textbook. Okay, so NC n minus r equals NCR. In the relation nyabam vechukonom. Okay, you have one more relation which is NCR plus NCR minus 1. அதாவது r and r minus 1 இந்த ரெண்டுத்தோட combination will be n plus 1 CR. You also have the proof for this in your textbook. I'm not going to prove this. Okay, remember these two relations, especially these two relations. இது நம்ம போட்டா கூட வந்துரும். So this NC n minus r is NCR. n minus r உம் வந்ததுனா they are equal. NCR and NCR minus 1 கீழ r minus 1 வந்ததுனா மேல it will become n plus 1. Okay, so remember all these relations. These are your theorems 5 and 6. Okay, example 17. If NC9 equals NC8, NC9 equals NC8, find NC17. Okay, so இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் ஈக்குவேட் பண்ணா combination formula என்ன? NCR is n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r the whole factorial. Permutation kum combination kum r factorial mattum da difference. Okay, NC9 is n factorial divided by 9 factorial times n minus 9 factorial equals n factorial divided by 8 factorial r factorial times n minus 8 the whole factorial. Now n and n will get cancelled. N and n they get cancelled. So cross multiply panna 8 factorial times n minus 8 factorial equals 9 factorial times n minus 9 factorial. Now 8 factorial அப்படியே வெச்சுக்கலாம். n minus 8 n minus 8 times n minus 9 the whole factorial. N minus 8 minus 1 panna n minus 9 factorial times 9 factorial 9 into 8 factorial times n minus 9 the whole factorial. So this and this will get cancelled. 8 factorial cancel idom. So I'll have n minus 8 equals 9. N equals 9 plus 8, which is 17. Okay. So this is the value of n. So now they are asking you to find NC17. So it will be 17C17, which is NCN is 1. But we'll just do it. N 17 factorial divided by 17 factorial times 17 minus 17 the whole factorial. So this will be 17 factorial divided by 17 factorial times 0 factorial. 0 factorial 1. 17 cancel achna 1. Okay. So NCN is 1. Example 18. A committee of 3 persons is to be constituted from a group of 2 men. Men 2, women 3. In how many ways can this be done? A committee should have 3 people. So a committee will have 3 people. How many of these committees would consist of 1 man and 2 women? That's the second subsection. So now first subsection pakla. I need a committee of 3 people from 2 men and 3 women. So in total how many do I have? 5 elements. I'm going to choose 3 people from the 2 and the 3. If first men varno, apparana woman varno abdina, it is permutation. But here I'm only simply going to choose. So I need 3 people. In total I have 5. So I can simply choose 3 people from the committee, which will be 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 5 minus 3 factorial. So this will be 5 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial. 5 4s are 3 cancel achana 2, which will be 10 ways. Okay. Second subsection. How many of these committees would consist of 1 man and 2 women? Abdina, I need 3 people in total. 1 man can be chosen from 2 men. So 1 man from 2 men times mottama 3 per veno. So I have 1 man and 2 women. So 3C2. I'm going to choose 2 women from 3 women. Okay, va? So this is an AND case. So 2C1 and NC1 will be n. 2 factorial divided by 1 factorial times 2 minus 1 factorial times 3C2 and 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 3 minus 2. So this will be 2 times 3 into 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial. So this is 6. Okay. So it can be done in 6 ways. Example 19. எல்லாரும் cards ஓட விளையாடி இருப்பீங்க. Cards பத்தி தெரியாதவங்க, there are 52 cards in a deck. You have 4 different designs. Diamond, heart, I'm trying to draw my best, okay, clubs, spade, okay, 4 different இருக்கு. இது ரெண்டுமே red, these 2 are black. You have 13 cards each. So this, there are 13 diamonds, 13 hearts, 13 clubs and 13 spades. Okay, so 13 cards என்னென்னலா? A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. Okay, so idhula the face cards, Jack, Queen and King la you have faces on them. These cards have numbers on them. Okay, in the இடத்துல you can see Jack, Queen and King. I hope you guys have played cards, but I am still explaining for people who do not know. Okay, so these are cards. You have in total 52 cards. Okay, so what is the number of ways of choosing 4 cards? So basically you have to choose 4 cards out of 52. How can you do that? 52 choose 4. So this will be 52C4 formula n factorial divided by r factorial n minus r factorial. So it will be 52 factorial divided by 52 minus 4 the whole factorial times 4 factorial. So this will be 52 times 51 times 50 times 49 times 48 factorial divided by 52 minus 4, 48 times 4 factorial. 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So 48 and 48 will go off. I have 2 25 times, 3 ones are 3, 17, 4 ones are 4, 4 threes are. So I'll be left with 13, 17, 25, which will be, I'll just copy the answer, 270725. Okay, so this will be choosing 4 cards out of the 52 cards. Okay, first subsection enna, 4 cards are on the same suit. So ஒரே suitல இருந்து, அதாவது it can be diamonds, hearts, clubs or spade. So I need to choose 4 cards from the same suit. So it will be 13, choose 4. So இப்போ இது diamond, or I can choose it from hearts. So it can be 13, choose 4. So this can be diamond, this can be a heart, or I can choose them from the clubs, or I can choose them from the spades. Correct? So or I can choose them from diamonds or hearts. Or na plus and na multiplication. Okay, so I can choose either the 4 cards can be taken from diamond or from hearts or from clubs or from spade. Okay, so the value enna varum, 13 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 13 minus 4 the whole factorial. Idu 4 times add panna poren, so it will be into 4. Okay, so idu enna pannalam, 13 minus 4 is 9 factorial. So I have 13, 12, 11, 10, 9 factorial divided by 4 factorial is 4, 3, 2 times 9 factorial. So the 9 and the 9 will get cancelled. I have times 4. So I'm going to cancel the 4 and the 4. Then I have 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12. So I'll be left with 13 2s are 26 times 11 into 10 is 110. So my final answer is 2860. Okay, so this is my first subsection. Second subsection, 4 cards belong to 4 different suits. One from diamond, one from heart, one from clubs and one from spade. So it will be 13C1. This is from diamond times 13C1, 13C1, 13C1. I want 4 cards. So it will be multiplication. 1 card from diamond and 1 card from heart and 1 card from clubs and 1 card from the spade. Okay, first time ingiradala indha diagram ellaam illati poda maten. Okay, so I have 4 cards from 4 different suits. One heart, one diamond, one club, one spade. Okay, so this will be my answer. What is 13C1? It will be 13 factorial divided by 1 factorial times 13 minus 1 factorial. So it will be 13 factorial divided by 12 factorial. 12 factorial cancel idom. So it will be 13. So I have 13C1, 13C1, 13C1 and 13C1. So what will be my final answer? It will be 13 into 13 into 13 into 13, which will be 13 power 4. Okay. Third subsection. They are face cards. So for face cards, now how many face cards do I have? I have 3 face cards in diamond, 3 face cards in heart, 3 in clubs and 3 in spade. So I'll have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 in diamond, heart, clubs and spade. So in total I have 12 face cards. I need to choose 4 cards from my 12 face cards. So eppadi choose பண்ணுவேன்? 12 choose 4. What is 12C4? 12C4 is 12 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 12 minus 4 factorial. So 12 factorial divided by 4 factorial, 8 factorial. So இது என்ன பண்ணலாம்? 12, 11, 10, 9, 8 factorial. 8 and the 8 will get cancelled. 4, 3, 2. I'll write this, okay? Times 8 factorial. So this will get cancelled. I have 4 3s are 12, 2 5s are. So I'll have 55 times 9. So 9 5s are 45, 4 9 5s are 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Okay. So 495 different options. Okay. Subsection 4. I'll write it down here. 2 are red cards and 2 are black cards. So how many red cards do I have? 26 cards. I need to choose 2 from the red and I need to choose 2 from the black. So this will be red and this will be black. So So I have 2 cards from my red and 2 cards from my black. In total, red எவ்வளோ இருக்கு 13 plus 13, black 13 plus 13. Okay. So what is 26C2? 26 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 26 minus 2, which is 24 factorial. So then I go 26, 25, 24 factorial divided by 2 into 24 factorial. So if I cancel panna, I'll have 13 times 25. So basically I have 26C2 times 26C2. So it will be 13 into 25 into 13 into 25. So my final answer would be 13 into 25 times 13 into 25, which will be 105625. Okay, please do the multiplication. I'm just writing the final answer. Last subsection. Cards are of the same color. Same color na enna? I can either have red or black. So I am choosing 4 cards from my red, or I can choose 4 cards from my black. Okay, it is quite different. இந்த இடத்துல 2 red 2 black, 4 கார்டுல 2 red 2 black. இந்த இடத்துல 4 கார்டுமே red இல்ல 4 கார்டுமே black. Okay, so that is the difference. So I have 2 times 26C4. What is 26C4? 26 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 22 factorial. 26 minus 4 is 22. So into 2. Don't forget the into 2. I'll just add it here. So what will I have? 26, 25, 24, 23 times 22 factorial will get cancelled. Divided by 4, 3, 2 times 22 factorial into 2. Don't forget the 2. So what do I have? 2 12s are, then 4 3s are 12. So I'll be left with 26 into 25 into 23 into 2. So my final answer will be 29900. Okay. Exercise 7.4. Question number 1. NC8 equals NC2. Find NC2. So NC2 என்னன்னு கேக்குறாங்க. So we very well know that NCR equals NC n minus R. Theoremல படிச்சோமா? So what do you have? R equals 8. So your n minus R equals 2. So on comparing these two, what do I have? N minus 8 equals 2. So n equals 10. Okay. So what is my NC2? When I simply substitute the value for n, I have 10C2, which will be 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 8 factorial. 10 minus 2, 8. So I'll have 10, 9, 8 factorial divided by 2 factorial, 8 factorial. 8, 8 cancel I don't. 2 factorial is nothing but 2. So 2 5s are. So my final answer is 45. So you simply have to remember this relation. NCR equals NC n minus R. N minus R la irukkiradhu is equal to R. So simply when you equate, R equals 8, n minus R equals 2. So R substitute panna n 10. You can simply substitute. Okay. Second question. Determine n if 2n C3 is to NC3 equals 12 is to 1. So NCR formula enna? N factorial divided by R factorial times n minus R factorial. Okay. So in the இடத்துல 2n the whole factorial divided by 3 factorial times 2n minus 3 the whole factorial. The whole divided by NC3 n factorial divided by 3 factorial times n minus 3 the whole factorial equals 12 divided by 1. Okay. So in the இடத்துல 3 factorial and the 3 factorial will get cancelled. So when I try to open this, what do I have? 2n times 2n minus 1 times 2n minus 2 times 2n minus 3 the whole factorial divided by, I have 2n minus 3 the whole factorial in the denominator, the whole divided by n factorial can also be written as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 the whole factorial. Oh, I have n minus 3 here. So I can write till n minus 3. So n minus 2, n minus 3 the whole factorial divided by n minus 3 the whole factorial equals 12 divided by 1. If n cancel agudhu, this and this will get cancelled. This and this will get cancelled. So I do not have the denominators in both numerator and denominator. So what will I be left with? 2n times 2n minus 1. In the term, 2 common எடுக்கலாமா? So 2 into n minus 1. I'm taking the 2 outside into n minus 1 divided by, what is here? N into n minus 1 into n minus 2 equals 12 divided by 1. This n and this n will get cancelled. N minus 1 and n minus 1 will get cancelled. So I am left with 2 into 2n minus 1 into 2 divided by n minus 2 equals 12. So I am going to cross multiply. I have 4 times 2n minus 1 equals 12 times n minus 2. So when I multiply, 8n minus 4 equals 12n minus 24. So n ஒரு பக்கம், numbers ஒரு பக்கம். So minus 4 plus 20 equals 12n minus 8n. So this will be, 24. 20 equals 12 minus 8n, 4n. So n equals 20 by 4, which is 5. So this is the value of n, okay? Second subsection, it is very similar to the previous one. So 2nc3 is to nc3 equals 11 is to 1. Instead of 12, you have 11. So similar steps, 2n the whole factorial divided by 3 factorial times 2n minus 3 the whole factorial divided by n factorial divided by 3 factorial n minus 3 factorial equals 11 divided by 1. So if 3 and the 3 will get cancelled. 2n எப்படி எழுதலாம்? 2n times 2n minus 1, 2n minus 2, 2n minus 3 the whole factorial divided by 2n minus 3 the whole factorial. Denominator என்ன இருக்கும்? n, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 the whole factorial divided by n minus 3 the whole factorial equals 11. So n minus 3 and n minus 3, 2n minus 3, 2n minus 3. So what am I left with? When I take 2 outside of this, I'll have 2n minus 1, 2 times n minus 1 divided by n into n minus 1, n minus 2 equals 11 divided by 1. So when I cross multiply, I have 4 into 2n minus 1 equals 11 into n minus 2. So 8n minus 4 equals 11n minus 22. So n எல்லாம் ஒரு பக்கம் கொண்டு போனா minus 4 plus 22 equals 11n minus 8n. So I have 18 equals 3n. n equals 18 divided by 3, which is 6. Okay. Question number 3. How many cards can be drawn through 21 points on a circle? So total number of points in I have 21 points. To draw a card, how many points do I need? 1, 2, correct? So I need 2 points to draw a card. So I have 21 points in total. So I can choose 2 cards out of the 21 to draw the card. Correct? மொத்தமா 21 points இருக்கு. அதிலேந்து 2 choose பண்ணா போதும் to draw a card. Okay? So 21c2 is 21 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 21 minus 2 factorial. It will be 21 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 19 factorial. 21, 20, 19. Cancel panna 210 options. Okay. Fourth question. In how many ways can a team of 3 boys and 3 girls be selected from 5 boys and 4 girls? So I have 5 boys and 4 girls. I need to choose 3 boys and 3 girls. So எப்படி choose பண்ணலாம்? 5 choose 3. 3 boys from 5 boys. In how many ways? 3 boys and 3 girls. And na multiplication. So it will be 4c3. Choosing 3 girls from the 4 girls in total. So 5c3 into 4c3, which will be 5 factorial, 3 factorial, 5 minus 3 will be 2 factorial, times 4 factorial, 3 factorial, 4 minus 3 is 1 factorial. So this will be 5 times 4 times 3 factorial divided by 2 times 4 times 3 factorial divided by 1. So this cancel achuna 5 2s are 10, 10 4s are 40. So 40 ways. Okay. Question number 5. Find the number of ways of selecting 9 balls from 6 red. So red எவ்வளோ இருக்கு 6. Then 5 white balls and 5 blue balls. So I need to choose 9 balls from these such that if each selection consists of 3 balls of each color. So இப்போ ரெட்ல இருந்து 3 வேணும், whiteல இருந்து 3 வேணும், blueல இருந்து 3 வேணும். 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9 balls. So in total I need 9 balls, out of which 3 has to be from 3 combinations. Okay. So இதுல இருந்து I need 3, I need 3 white, I need 3 blue, and in total I need 9 balls. Correct? So I can choose 3 balls from the 6 red, and I can choose 3 balls from the 5 white, and I can choose 3 balls from the 5 blue. Inga and, okay, in total I need 9 balls. Adnala inga add pandren. But when you do the combination, I am choosing 3 balls and panna da 3 plus 3 plus 3 9 ago. Okay, or panna it is like I am picking only 3 red balls or 3 white balls or 3 blue balls naido. And panna da I am taking 9 balls in total. So 3 will be 6 factorial, 3 factorial, 3 factorial times 5 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial, 5 minus 3 2. Again 5 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial. So this will be 6 into 5 into 4 divided by 3 into 2. 3 factorial cancel idom times 5 factorial can also be written as 5 4 into 3 factorial. 3 factorial cancel idom will be left with 2. So similarly 5 into 4 divided by 2. So 3 2s are 6, 2 2s are 2 2s are. So I'll be left with 5 4s are 20 times 10 times 10. So I'll be left with 2000 ways. Okay. Sixth question. Determine the number of 5 card combination out of a deck of 52 cards. So in total, I have 52 cards. I need to pick up 5 cards in total. And I need to have 1 ace in each combination. So how many ace cards do I have? A heart, A diamond, A of clubs, and A of spade. Correct? So how many aces do I have? 4 aces. I need to have at least 1 ace in the combination. In the 5 card la or ace avudhu irukano. So I can choose 1 ace from my 4 aces, and the remaining cards can be chosen from, இப்போ 4 ace போயிடுச்சுனா 52 minus 4 will be 48. So I have 4 ace cards and I have 48 non-ace cards. In total I have to pick up 5 cards. So ஒரு ace கண்டிப்பா இருக்கணும். மீதி 4 can be from the non-ace cards. So 4C1 என்ன? 4 factorial, 1 factorial, 4 minus 1, 3 factorial times 48C4 is 48 factorial, 4 factorial, 48 minus 4, 44 factorial. So I'll have 4 into 3 factorial cancel idom times 48, 47, 46, 45, 44 cancel idom. So I'll have 4, 3, 2, 1. So now I have 2, 23, 4, 12, 3 4s are. So I'll be left with 4 into 4, 47, 23, 45. 4, 47, 23, 45. So my final answer will be 778320. Okay. Question number 7. In how many ways can one select a cricket team of 11 from 17 players? So in total there are 17 players and I need to choose 11 players in which only 5 players can bowl. So இது வந்து players to be selected and bowlers I have 5. Okay. And if each cricket team of 11 must include 4 bowlers. Okay. 4 bowlers கண்டிப்பா இருக்கணும் அப்படினா I need 11 in total and I want 4 bowlers plus 11 minus 4. So 7 other players. Okay. So how can I choose? This is 11 in total. So I need 4 bowlers. So I'm going to choose 4 bowlers from the 5 bowlers that I have, and I need to choose 7 more people from 5 bowlers இருக்காங்க. Total 17 இருக்காங்க. So how many non-bowlers? Non-bowlers will be 17 minus 5, which is 12. So I need to choose the remaining 7 from the 12 that is remaining. Okay. 5 plus 12, 17. Total 17 players. 5 are bowlers. I need to choose 4 bowlers. 7 other players, non-bowlers. So எத்தனை பேர் இருக்காங்க? 17 minus 5 is 12 non-bowlers. So I can choose from them. So what is 5C4? 5 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 1 factorial times 12 factorial, 7 factorial, 5 factorial. 12 minus 7, 5. So I'll have 5 times 4 factorial cancel ஆயிடும் times 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 factorial cancel ஆயிடும் divided by 5 factorial, which is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what do I have? 4 2s are 8, 3 3s are 5 2s are. So I'll be left with 5, 12, 11, 3 2s are 6. So this will be 60 times 66. 6 6 are 36, 3 36, 39, 3960 ways. Okay. Question number 8. A bag contains 5 black balls and 6 red balls. Okay. Determine the number of ways in which 2 black. So idhilendhu 2 black edukano and 3 reds can be selected. So how can I choose? 5 choose 2. Choosing 2 black from the 5 balls that I have and choosing 3 balls from the 6 balls that I have. So it will be 5C2. Is it an AND? Where 2 balls and 3 red. So 2 black and 3 red. Okay. So 5C2 is 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial times 2 factorial times 6 factorial, 3 factorial, 3 factorial. Which will be 5 into 4 times 3 factorial divided by 2 times 6, 5, 4, 3 factorial cancel ido. I'll have a 3 factorial, which is 3 into 2. So 2 2s are, 3 2s are 6. So I'll be left with 10 into 20, which is 200 ways. Okay. Last question of the exercise. In how many ways can a student choose a program of 5 courses from the 9 courses? So 9 courses total irukku. I need to choose 5. Okay, 5 to choose and 2 specific courses are compulsory. So compulsory will be 2 courses and not compulsory will be 9 minus 2, which is 7 courses. In total there are 9 courses. I need to choose 5, out of which 2 are compulsory and 7 are not compulsory. So total are 2 compulsory courses plus 3 which are not compulsory. So I can choose the 2 compulsory courses from the 2 that I have and I need to choose 3 from the not compulsory courses. Okay, 2 compulsory from the 2 that I have because 2 is must. And in total, I have to choose 5 courses. So, with the remaining 3 from the 7 not compulsory courses, I will be taking. So, 2C2 and 2 factorial, 0 factorial times NCN is basically 1. Always remember, 7C3 is 7 factorial, 3 factorial, 4 factorial. So, this will be 1 into 7, 6, 5, 4 factorial cancel I know. 3 factorial is 3 into 2. 4 factorial cancel I know. So, 3 2s are 6. So, I will be left with 35. Okay, so we are done with permutations and combinations. If you want me to solve the miscellaneous exercise, do let me know. All the best for your exams.